Okay, so welcome everybody. We're going to do this is a demonstration for hatching a 3D surface. So before this, we looked a little bit at how to hatch a 2D surface for a construction drawing. Now we're going to take that same idea of hatching and apply it to a 3D drawing. So let's see how this goes. First, we've got a surface here, which is looks like a cage edited chair surface. So we're gonna just rebuild that so that it looks a little bit uh, normalized. So 40 U's and 40 V's, that sounds good. And now I'm gonna jump to a different perspective, go to my front view, and the first thing I've got to do is draw a rectangle a little bit bigger than my chair, and now I'm going to draw a surface that goes with that, which we're going to use. I'm going to take these two things and put them onto a new layer, and just going to make this layer red, and going to add that to the red layer. So I have a red surface, and I have a red curve, red rectangle, and I have my chair. And before I start, what I want to do is, so we're going to use the hatch command and apply the hatch to this rectangle. Then we're going to use the flow along surface command to take the hatch parts and flow them along our chair surface. So that's going to be the idea. So now I need to have both the chair surface and also the border that goes around it. So I'm going to go up to curve and curve from objects and go to duplicate face border and hit that one, and now I'm hitting enter, and then I'm just going to click on that curve, and now you can see that I've got both the surface and also the border curve that goes around it. So my next job is to hatch. So I'm just going to type in hatch, and it brings up a dialog box, or actually not yet. And so I'm selecting a curve. So I guess I'll do that curve, hit enter, and now I get my dialog box, which is great. So I can select any of these things and add various types of hatches to my thing. I'm going to go for rectangles, and then in this dialog box I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees. I'm just going to tab through that, and it looks like it might be a little small, so I'm going to try 2 and then tab through it. That's a little big, so I'm just going to go maybe 1.1 and then tab through it. That looks about right, so hitting OK. And now you'll notice that when I select the hatch, it's one object, right? So what I want to do is to explode that so that it's many little objects. Now, of course, all these things are separate little curves. So I can go ahead and I need to select it again. So in order to, I need to select all those things again. So in order to do that, I'm gonna hide my layer and select all these bad boys, and then I'm going to bring them back into the picture, and I'm going to type in flow along surface, flow along surface, there it is, and select the base corner of my thing, of that rectangle thing, and then the target surface, and boom, it just flows it along the surface very nicely. So I don't need this anymore, so I'm going to delete that because I don't need it. And I'm just going to grab my underlying surface and move it out of the way, because I don't need that anymore either. And so the next job is going to be to, I think I might jump into perspective view here. And I'm going to, I want to trim all the bits I don't need. So I'll go to use the trim tool, and I'm selecting all the things that I want to split. And I've got to deselect the curve. So I'm going to hit the Command key, and that's the Command key, and then click on that. And now I can go back here and select objects to split. And now I'm going to again select my curve and hit enter. And now I should be able to start to delete some of these things. Now it'd be nice if I could use the trim tool, but I haven't figured out how to do that yet. One thing you can do to make your job a little easier is to make sure that you place your camera target, actually on your object, so that when you spin it around, it's a little easier to. If you can get those curves to be vertical, it's a lot easier to select a large number of them. So you can kind of zoom in and zoom out and kind of rotate this thing around to kind of get rid of these little hairy bits that are, when you print 3D models, you gotta delete all the hairy bits, and when you do this, you gotta delete all the hairy bits. It's all part of this continuum of deleting things that you don't want on your final thing. So this guy, just kind of go around and select them. Maybe I can do a little bit here. Maybe, let's see, like that maybe. And like this. That's pretty flat across there. Ooh, that was a good one. This one. It's all about patience, Now that's pretty vertical there. I should be able to get some of these out of here. Nope. Zoom in. Get these guys. Okay. Now let's see if I can get those ones. Zoom in here. Maybe I can get some of these things deleted out of there. Sorry, it's taking a little bit. Oh, hey, that was a good one. Okay, so now I've got this super clean chair, and I'm going to do the last command, which is called pipe. So this is pipe, spelled correctly, pipe, and you hit pipe, and then you select, oh, sorry, cancel, sorry. Let's select everything, and then we'll type in pipe. So hit pipe, and now there's your pipe diameter. 1, let's try 1. Ooh, okay, Command Z, that's a little on the big side. Let's try pipe again, and this time we'll type in a smaller radius, maybe 0.03. And there we've got, a nice radius that looks pretty good. It looks like the Bertoia chairs, those beautiful mid-century chairs. So we can go into the view mode and do it into shaded and kind of like zoom in on this bad boy. And you can see how the piping just does a really, really clean job of combining all these parts together. And I'm assuming that we can print this too, because it might be really fun to print that. But it really gives you a chance to maybe create a more interesting surface texture or porosity for your chair surfaces. I know some of you are thinking about that. And also, maybe a slightly just a little variation from the flat surface. And you can also see that that the way that the flow along surface does it, it captures the density of the original. When you rebuild the surface, the flow along surface captures some of that original density of the way that these curves flow along. So it's kind of fun. Anyway, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I will try to make another one if possible. Okay, great. Bye.